Alright guys, TJHaLy here again today. Wanted to talk about ACHES today and his potential upcoming moves in the Rostermania period, which team he could go to. Firstly though, thanks of all, I don't know what I'm on about. Thanks to those of you who tuned into the quiz yesterday. It's live on YouTube now if you want to go and rewatch it. It was a good time. It was a pretty last minute decision, so to go ahead and do one. So next time I'll try and give you a little bit more notice. Thanks of course to Sergeant Ben Carey for sorting out majority of the questions. Hopefully you had a good time. It seemed to be pretty damn well received. Second of all, thanks for 13,000 subscribers. Greatly appreciated. It snuck up on me much quicker than I expected. The last few days have been great in terms of content and subscriber count and all that good stuff. So thanks a lot for that. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it. And let's crack on with the video. So firstly, we have this. This is a sneak peek supposedly of the CoDcaster mode in Modern Warfare. So of course the alpha is now ended. So just to zoom in on it a little bit here. Seems to be pretty damn, well, at least the numbers seem to be pretty big. We have a scoreboard upper in the top right. Maybe like the minimap and that is a bit too intrusive, but it doesn't seem to be too bad on the whole, so I thought I would bring that to your guys' attention if you're not aware of it. We also have this. Today is August 26th. Existing Call of Duty World League organizations who are transitioning into the new league as a city-based team will have the ability to sign players who are currently on their 2019 CWL rosters to new contracts 8 days earlier than any other organization. So existing CWL organizations. So this means I think Envy and Splice and OpTic are the ones that are currently involved in CoD, the CWL this year. So they'll have the opportunity 8 days earlier than the other new organizations that are coming in to sign some players, and that is today. So who knows, over the coming days we may have some roster information. So yeah, moving onwards, I guess we have this update on the OpTic Scump and Envy situation. So Intel Call of Duty tweeted this out yesterday, which is pretty much basically what I said. It's definitely a rumor. He'd heard it from multiple sources, but then just to follow up on this, also just to say, I was also told during last Rostermania that Envy wanted to build around Hook and Gunless, so that's kind of what I was getting towards. But then he says the following. So this is an update from his Discord earlier this morning. A closer source tells me the Scump rumor to Envy is not a thing. Back to the drawing board. So, you know, there's 5 or so people saying that it is a thing. Then there's a closer source saying it's not a thing. So who really knows at the current time? Of course, Scump can pretty much do whatever the hell he wants. He's got the highest stock in the entire league in terms of any organization, any team would be wanting to have Scump. So if he's changed his mind and wants to go elsewhere, then definitely another opportunity will open up for him. One of the other things that a lot of you guys mentioned in the comments on the Scump to Envy rumor video, which was very insightful to be honest, is that yes, he's had a house built recently in Texas. During the World War II season, I think he was based over in California, or at least on the West Coast, and didn't have a good time of things, I think, in terms of the internet. He didn't really, maybe he enjoyed his time there. I think he might have family there, but in terms of the internet situation, I'm not sure he really liked it too much over the West Coast. Now he's living in Texas. So it would make a lot of sense, to be honest, to be with the Dallas team. You don't have to be located where the team is located, but it would pretty much make sense, would it not? So that really adds fuel to the fire, but Crane is now saying it's not necessarily on the cards. So, you know, I thought I'd bring that to your guys' attention as well as we try and keep up to date. One more thing before we go into the egg situation, then we have Arcety's changed his bio, but only briefly. So he kind of baited us here. He took E United out of his bio, and as soon as I saw this initial tweet, I was like, damn, you know, well, who knows? Because I talked about it yesterday, maybe going to Envy, whatever the situation might be. And when I say Envy, I mean the Dallas, whatever they're going to call themselves. It's not going to be called Envy next season. It's going to be called the Dallas something or other. Fuel is the name for the Overwatch League team, so the Dallas question mark, but not necessarily Envy, but people are still going to call it Envy, I think, for at least the near future. So but then he put E United back in his bio, and he seems to have capitalized the E, which is kind of interesting, from this one to this one. So maybe that was all the differences he was making. So certainly possible. I thought I'd bring it to your guys' attention because it was kind of funny. We'll just play this video for you real quick. It's a minute video. The audio quality is not that great, so if you want to skip forward a minute, go for it. But this is a video looking around, or at least giving a sneak peek of the Call of Duty Minnesota future headquarters where their teams will be playing. So yeah, I thought I'd just play this for you.
Main entrance here, you walk in, got a reception, kitchen area, players lounge tucked back away when they need to get out and, you know, and chill for a bit.
Yeah.
Nice open lounge area, a lot of space for staff to hang out, work, informal meetings. The production studio, their production lounge, offices for staff back in the back, scrim rooms, review room. Looking back down towards the main entrance, so you've got the open lounge area, that kitchen area right behind it. As we look through, these are the individual conference rooms. So looking at the scrim room here. So then, like theater, obviously, can have a nice image of our players on the wall, that sort of thing. Yeah,
I'm super stoked, and this is coming soon.
Yeah.
Moving onwards then, let's talk about ACHES, because Boma Orange, my guy Boma, he was at CDL London, quality bloke, and he tweeted this out. He updated, ACHES had updated his bio, taken Envy out of his thing. He also said yesterday that he had an announcement coming today, or 2 days ago, ACHES said that he had an announcement coming Monday. In fact, he seems to have announced this thing that coming Monday on Sunday, which is what I'm talking about today. So then he follows up with this tweet, with the 2019 season coming to an end, I'm a restricted free agent for 2020. If any CDL franchise would like to discuss opportunities, please contact me via email below. Also interested in relocating full time. So, look, this adds more fuel to the fire of this Envy roster speculation, because, as we'll go through in a second here, a lot of players on this Envy team have now taken it out of their bio, or they've done a tweet like this saying that they're going to be off the Envy squad. We know that Envy are getting a team in the CDL next season, which says to me that obviously ACHES is not going to be on Envy next season, on the Dallas, whatever it's going to be called. So, where exactly is he going to go? Because this guy's stock is going to be pretty damn good, to be honest. Now, yes, as I talked about a couple of days ago, ACHES might be one of the best boots on the ground players of all time. Didn't have the best time in Black Ops 4, didn't have the best time really in Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare or those games. Advanced Warfare maybe a little bit better. But in the boots on the ground games, he's always been at least an average player, average to, above average player on the whole. Won the World Championship in Ghosts, won the World Championship in World War II. Just some images here. Probably one of the best free agency tweets I've seen, to be honest. Nice little arrows towards the email. Let's build something special. Devil face. You just love to see this stuff. So, some interesting replies here. Bevel says, it's been a good run, bro. And ACHES tweets out like the Paul Walker, Vin Diesel gif, kind of implying that they're going to go their separate ways, so they won't necessarily be moving on to somewhere else together. And Bevels does a very similar tweet in just a second here. So let's just have a look at this real quick. I might use this on the thumbnail. So ACHES does a tweet to Immortals a couple of days before he did this announcement saying, starting today, they need to forget what's gone, appreciate what remains, and look forward to what's coming. And this quality image that I'd never seen before. So we have Mr. X in the background, TP. I think this is Bezo, who you may know that name for holding the #1 ranking on the GB ladders for ages. This kind of looks like Doug Sensor Martin, to be honest, with the glasses on. And then this is Crimsix behind ACHES over here. So funny little picture. And, I don't know what to read into this too much, because it could be ACHES saying, well, I'm not sure exactly, it's going to be difficult for me to get offers next season maybe if I don't have the highest stock. But at the end of the day, I think ACHES's stock should be pretty damn good. He's rife full of storylines, and if I was an organisation owner, I'm going back to boots on the ground, I'm thinking, well, I definitely want ACHES on my team. I'm going to create some rivalries. I'm definitely going to have some fans behind me as a result of bringing ACHES on. He's definitely one of these kind of franchise style players, and he's been pretty damn good on boots on the ground games, as I said. So I think this game should suit him much better than previous ones. Now, obviously, he's asking Immortals. They own the OpTic gaming spot. How incredible would that be if ACHES, after all these years, ends up on OpTic after, and it would be kind of fitting, wouldn't it? After OpTic and Immortals and the ownership have alienated a lot of the OpTic fans and a lot of the OpTic players and Hector and all of these kind of people. If ACHES was to go onto OpTic now, that would really complete the cycle, wouldn't it? You what's the Dark Knight quote? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Maybe that's the situation that happens with OpTic Gaming if they bring ACHES onto the team. It would be quite incredible. But I thought I'd bring the possibility to you guys and see what you think down below, because I'm sure a lot of teams right now would probably be looking at ACHES thinking, oh, he's a pretty damn... I would like to have him on my team. And I said yesterday in the quiz stream that even Doug Sensor Martin is quite likely to get a spot on one of the teams. We know there's substitutes next season as well. We'll go through that in a couple of more tweets in just a second here. So we know there's subs. We know that a guy like Sensor, we could put him on the bench. We know that there's rumours going around that there's going to be 5 modes next year. So Hardpoint, S&D, CTF, but also they're going to try and bring in Dom, like Domination that is, and another game game mode as well. I forget exactly what they call it. They're like reverse CTF, I think they called it. Or it was called something beginning with an I, like in inflection or something weird, but whatever. Apparently there's going to be 5 game modes next season, and EasyMac had an interesting little Reddit thread he was talking where, he's saying that if he was, an analyst or whatever on the team, he would prefer 3 or 4 of his players to be experts at like 3 of the modes or 4 of the modes, or like have his main roster be experts at 3 or 4 of the modes is what I was going for, and then have the people on the bench be experts at like 1 or 2 of the modes. Now, look, I don't know if there's actually going to be 5 modes. I doubt it, to be honest. But, we know there is going to be a pretty big substitute bench, and therefore players like this will definitely get picked up onto the bench, even for, at very least on the bench. I'm sure that these players want to be playing full time, but they will at least have an opportunity there somewhere if their stock isn't particularly high. The likes of ACHES, the likes of Sensor. I don't think ACHES will have a problem getting onto a starting lineup. Sensor may be more of an issue, but because a lot of people will just be trying to bring him for the pure fan base perspective, which I guess is fair enough. So yeah, those are just some thoughts from myself. Moving onwards here, then we have Assault saying that he's a restricted free agent for 2020, so he's going to be off the Envy team. We have the same thing from Justin Silly Fargo. He's also done an identical tweet. So yeah, Silly is gone, ACHES is gone, Assault is gone, Bevels is gone as well, which is quite interesting to be honest, because he says he's interested in being a coach or playing, whether that be an S&D sub or otherwise. He feels like this could be, a more tactical game that Bevels can succeed on. Whether that is because he feels like he can be a player, or whether if Envy had to come to him and say, we want to keep you on as a coach, whether he would have said, okay, fair enough, I'll keep coaching. Because of course there's the rumours going around right now where Karma might be interested in being a coach. If Scump does go to Envy, maybe Karma's thinking, well, maybe that would be an ideal team for me to coach if he doesn't want to actually play next season. Who knows what the case may be, but that was my thinking really, maybe with Bevels, because I think on the whole, obviously Envy haven't had a great result this season, so maybe Envy's perspective of Bevels as a coach has gone down, but at least in the World War II season, we knew how much Bevels contributed to their World Championship win under Evil Geniuses. So if he is been, pushed out the door for some other coach they're thinking of bringing in, maybe that could be Damon Kamabalo. Who knows? But that's, of course, wild speculation, but that's what this video is about. It's always good fun. Leave your thoughts down below as always. So before we finish here, these are the spots that have currently been confirmed. Which of these do you see ACHES being potentially going on to? He's not going to be on Dallas, he's not going to be on Team Envy because we know that they've released him, they've made him a restricted free agent. They're considering Hook, Gunless, maybe Scump, who knows, maybe that's not on the table anymore. Other players as well will be on their cards, but not going to be this old Evil Geniuses World Championship squad with ACHES, Silly, Assault. These guys, not going to be happening. Which of the other teams could potentially get him? It's not going to be a Paris, it's unlikely to be a Toronto. Who knows whether it's going to be OpTic Gaming in Los Angeles. Minnesota, of course, have done that video with showing their headquarters, trying to attract maybe some players to think, well, Minnesota might be the way to go here. And of course, they have OpTic Midnight, so there's still some kind of connection there to the old OpTic Gaming. It would be crazy, but yeah, he doesn't seem like he's going to be on Dallas, the Team Envy squad. And as I say, their Overwatch team here, Dallas Fuel, but they can have a different name. So yeah, leave your thoughts down below. Be greatly interested to hear them. Really interesting times ahead. Maybe we'll get some announcements over the coming days because Toronto spot is owned by Splice. LA spot, one of the LA spots is owned by OpTic Gaming, of course, and then we have the Envy spot. So, those are the teams that are going to have their opportunity to make the first moves, at least according to this 26th of August deadline that we talked about right back at the start of the video here. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like if you did, subscribe if you are new as always. 13,000 subscribers, can't thank you enough. I'll probably talk about it more in coming days. Whatever, came up too quickly really. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you next time.